morning and welcome to Sun and Fun Live today. I'm Amanda Hawley from WFLA News Channel 8, and I'm here with my co-host today, Eric Crump, our VP and COO of the Aerospace Center for Excellence.
Hey guys, thanks Amanda. We made it through day 3 of Sun and Fun. Thursday was stormy for a minute, but right now it is beautiful. Let's go to a live look from the Warbird ramp. Actually, this is on 523 right now. This is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with these airplanes, but this is an F-16.
It's just a little popular
Maybe
one.
you have seen them somewhere before, but these are our U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. We're going to talk more about that in their show later. Also, Bill Eickoff will be joining us shortly, and we'll take a look at the 927 Club, talk about and talk with some of our pilots from a Warbird ramp.
As always, we got a jam-packed 30 minutes. Remember to hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. If you haven't already subscribed, do that now as well so you don't miss any info from Sun and Fun. Let's get started and welcome in Flipper, our Air Operations Chairman, Sam Huffstetler. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I know you're busy, so we have a couple minutes with you. Tell me about all the operations that we've had going on this week.
Well, Air Operations touches everything that moves outside of the core area, but the operations that we've been working with this week have been largely involved with many Warbird arrivals, and we have had tons and tons of general aviation aircraft that have come in to join us, especially earlier in the week. Gene worked very diligently to try to get the airport open and make sure that everyone knew they could come in early. And so we had a huge number of airplanes here earlier in the week. And many left prior to the thunderstorms that came through yesterday.
Which just means you're going to be really busy today.
I hope so. I hope so. And we have a lot of parking space available. So if you're thinking about flying into Sun and Fun, you should do so because the grass is in good shape. We have all kinds of services in place and a lot of entertainment. And it's clearly the best produced Sun and Fun I've ever been at.
We like to hear that.
We did a package the other day about what Air Ops does, and it kind of explained kind of the ballet that you guys are coordinating in movements, because you have aircraft obviously coming in, then you have aircraft going out. Can you talk a little bit about your roving motorcycle corps and the orchestration of that process? Like how is that controlled? How are you guys communicating with each other and then communicating with the aircraft as well?
Well, some people would say that it's just chaos, but really it's orchestrated chaos. And so we have a huge number of volunteers that work with us here. And one of those groups is Airside Ground Safety, which is just shorthand for the motorcycle guys who will lead aircraft to and from their parking areas. And we have to have that here as opposed to that other large event up north, because the taxiways that they use to get to these parking areas and to and from are commingled with all kinds of pedestrians. So we need those motorcycle guys to help not only get them there, but to help make sure that the pedestrians stay safe. And of course, we have other groups that are controlling crowds, crossing major taxiways at very busy intersections, so we keep the pedestrians safe there. And of course, all the parking people are out there guiding our guests to the right places, whether they're just staying here overnight or whether they're camping as well.
I think it's kind of a mirror of the aviation system in general, right? So many between air traffic control, pilots, ground operations, the whole system is like that, where multiple people have to work together and communicate. But when you come here, it's all of that's condensed into a very, very small area. And you guys, it really takes a team. It takes a bunch of intermingled teams all communicating with each other.
Absolutely, and people are moving right, left, up and down, all over the place, but everyone has a respective area to take care of, and it's all transparent to our guests. So whether they're flying in or driving in, they all see a good air show. They see a lot of airplanes here, and it is controlled, not just chaos, but safety, because we, above all, are trying to make sure everybody stays safe out there while they're walking around amidst all these spinning propellers and stuff.
Right.
So I want to ask a question that might get you in trouble, but don't worry, we're not broadcasting this or anything. No one's going to see it. But I have to know, you've been doing this for a long time. You said 13 years. I think.
Actually, 14.
14.
Yes, yeah.
So what's your favorite airplane?
The F-15C, world's greatest air superiority fighter.
Nice.
It's my favorite airplane.
Nice.
There was no hesitation on that.
No, not at all. I thought he'd be like, well, somebody's going to get mad at me if I say the wrong thing. That's fantastic. Sam, I know you are a super busy guy. Thank you so much for joining us today. I want to get you back out there because I know you
got a lot going on.
You are coordinating the safety of the airport. And thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you
Eric,
so
Amanda,
much.
thank you very much for having me. Please come out and see us at Sun and Fun. Fly in, spend some money, enjoy your time, and we'll take good care of you.
Awesome.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Eric, thank you.
Thanks, Sam. Really appreciate what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Amanda, yesterday was a little bit wet outside. I don't know if you noticed that.
Not for long, okay?
Not for terribly long. There were some wind and showers. We've got some video for you guys to see. What really amazed me, the folks that were here on campus,
Look at that.
Some people left, but a lot of people stayed. And even after the weather passed, the grounds were full of people still walking around having a great time. Everybody was in a great mood. It's just a lot of fun. Everybody's just riding it out. And for the folks that are here that are from Florida, we jokingly say welcome to Florida because our weather is notoriously unpredictable. As soon as you think you've got it figured out, it'll change. I love those goggles. That's spectacular. It's just one of the things I love the most about this show and this experience is how much, I guess it's in the name, right? But how much fun our guests have, not only themselves, but with each other and just having that time together.
Even during, a storm like that yesterday, there was still a lot going on. Everybody stayed safe, which was really awesome. And the weather stayed sub-severe, so that was good. I think we had a couple of porta potties over, but that was about it.
But, that means that the dust is gone, and that means that the next 3 days are going to be great. You're the weather expert. Tell them about the weather.
So let's talk about the next few days. Yeah, I was a little concerned about yesterday before the storms coming in, but today, tomorrow, and Sunday look really good. This is an hour by hour for you today. You can thank the rain that came in yesterday for the beautiful weather that we're having today. Mid-70s, a little bit of a nice, comfortable, low humidity breeze, lots of sunshine all day. Our air shows will be able to go off without a hitch all weekend long. Should be able to do their high shows as well. It will get a little warmer Saturday and Sunday, but I don't mind it. So we are looking good.
That is fantastic. I love the 0 percentages.
Yeah.
Those make me happy.
That's when we're confident.
Right. That's when you're real confident with that. So we had our bash last night, a party with a purpose. It went on without a hitch. It was a fantastic event. You were there. Man, what an incredible event. I just want to say for all of you that are watching that were there, thank you so much for coming. We had over 350 people in the room. It was absolutely an amazing night. We were able to raise over $300,000 to support the growth and development of the Florida Air Museum and the Ramos Skylab Innovation Center, which we're sitting in right now. We were able to fund a brand new full motion Redbird simulator that'll be custom wrapped as Crazy Horse, P-51 Mustang. So for all the folks that don't have the opportunity to get in the real airplane, which you should, go to Kissimmee and fly with Stallion 51. They say it's not a flight, it's an experience, and that's true. But if you can't do that, we'll have that simulated experience in the museum.
Right here.
Coming soon.
And a couple of the kiosks as well. Talk about those.
Yeah, so we're also adding digital interactive kiosks in the museum as well to increase interactivity and just up the user experience. We have a lot of awesome artifacts in the museum that if you walked in and you were just looking at them, you might miss some of their history and some of their importance. So with these kiosks, it'll actually allow our guests that super interactive experience.
All right. Well, yes, the show continues now for the next 3 days. Next up, though, a Sun and Fun pioneer will join us. Bill Eickoff is here to share his memories about the fly-in. It started 50 years ago, and much more as Sun and Fun Live Today continues after this break.
It's where we find community, and it's where the heart is. Dreamfinders Homes, homes built to fit your lifestyle.
Light the way with D2 Mach 1 Pro, the smartwatch for pilots with a built-in flashlight. D2 Mach 1 Pro features a brilliant 1.4-inch touchscreen AMOLED display and up to 25 days of battery. D2 Mach 1 Pro includes an aeronautical database to give you airport information and direct-to navigation, including a moving map and HSI. Light the way with D2 Mach 1 Pro.
In the Air Force, we fly airplanes. Our job is to put those aircraft in the sky.
Service it, gas it up, do the inspection, keep it mission ready. None of these jets would make it off the ground without us.
We deal in high-stakes situations, a lot of moving parts, while still maintaining that fast pace.
We're all working towards one mission. A lot of the work is done in teams.
You get to drive and operate all kinds of equipment, from towing trailers to lifting each individual weapon.
You never do anything alone. Somebody's always got your back. We rely on each other as technical experts to know how we're going to get it fixed.
You will not find a harder working group of people than U.S. Air Force maintainers. We're a little gritty, but we get the job done.
Welcome back to Sun and Fun Live. Today, we want to remind you to help us spread the word about our live streams. Remember to leave a comment and use the hashtag SNF24. Mash that thumbs up button. Share us too. It really helps spread the word about our pages and us here at Sun and Fun. Want to take another live look outside at the tail of a Thunderbird out there, looking at a couple of the ramps and a lot of activity. The tower in the background as well.
Later this afternoon, there's going to be a lot of fire coming out of that.
They'll probably want to move, is my guess.
I wouldn't stay there for much longer, guys.
I'm so glad that they made it in yesterday, for sure. Yesterday, before the storm came through, they put most of the planes in the hangars, but don't fret, the aircraft, they are back out. They're continuing to put them out for display for you to come and visit.
Yeah.
Very exciting. So with the 50th fly-in anniversary of Sun and Fun, we're paying a special attention to the individuals who helped establish this aerospace expo. We call them pioneers, and one of those individuals, Mr. Bob Eickoff, is joining us now. It is an honor to have you. Welcome in this morning.
Thank you.
And so we have been doing these series of pieces, these little packages, honoring the pioneers over the past several months, and you have been a big part of that.
Actually, the celebration is one that we've had every year, because every fly-in's been different.
Yeah.
Every fly-in is new. And the individuals that chaired a lot of the different areas basically created the opportunities for more individuals. And I was looking around this newsroom, and there's probably more volunteers in the newsroom than we had the first fly-in, okay? And we did start 50 years ago. So I think it's recognizing the 50 years of Sun and Fun is really a credit to the individual spirit, the volunteerism, the family attitude, the comfort people have by sharing with each other, and the accomplishments that they've had over the years. There's something unique that brings people back year after year, and there's a number of them that have been here 50 years, year after year. And the fly-in didn't just grow out of the ground. It started with some people feeling like they needed to have a fly-in, and so they went about trying to find a place to put that event, and it started on the north side of the airport, and it kind of gathered more and more momentum to the point where, as we grew, we had to find more space, and the city and county really pointed us to this side of the airport, which back then, 50 years ago, it was kind of an old air base that was North MacDill, if you believe that. It was a training field, so there were a lot of old ramps, bore sight ranges, and things like that. It was an Army camp. It had facilities in terms of drainage and cisterns and things like that. So we had a good start. And that's why we recognize these people, because a lot of them are here, but a lot of them have passed away over the years. And so that recognition has just been something that we all appreciate that we can do.
And so what does it mean to you to see Sun and Fun grow from those early days to the 50th anniversary?
Well, my wife, Susie, we've been married 55 years. And I got drafted into the family. And
Voluntold.
The first fly-in, they stuck me out on the end of the runway and said, here's some paddles. One's green side up, and then the red one. Hold up the red one if you see them coming at you, or wave the green one to point them over there. So it was an opportunity to get involved with Sun and Fun fairly early. So
that's incredible. So we talked about our weather yesterday.
Yeah.
So, Bill, I mean, as soon as you guys got started,
that was liquid sunshine.
It was liquid sunshine.
That got the dust and the line.
I 100% agree.
Down. That's all that was.
On the subject of inclement weather, right after you guys started, you had a really super rare Florida inclement weather situation.
Because it wasn't in April.
No, we started in January. We kind of worked to get a little bit warmer, but then we started competing with all the other events in the state that liked the warm, beautiful weather.
Right.
So we were competing for tents and porta-johns and other equipment. And so we moved to March, and it was windy in March, so people harder to get here. And then finally moving it around in April to avoid the Easter and the Holy Week, but we worked it out that way. So yes, we did have some snow in the
first
one
day.
Year. 1 year.
I mean, that's just
76 or 78, something like that. And you can that birthed the sticker "Unfreeze Your Bird."
It's so rare, you know, to think about it snowing in Florida. Not just snowing, but enough to actually like accumulate and stick on something.
Yep.
But we've shown it in some of the videos of the cars that people had written S and F in the snow on the windows of the cars. And,
And remember, 50 years ago, there were a lot of things that we take for granted today that we didn't have back then. Cell phones, and all the electronics that go into the media and that. I mean, it wasn't as bad as two cans and a string, but
it was close.
We did a lot of hollering and a lot of shovel work.
Well,
what an incredible story.
Certainly appreciate everything that you have done. It's an incredible honor to sit here with you, and thank you for joining us this morning and telling your story.
There's a lot of stories.
There's so many.
Remember, Sun and Fun was birthed out of a feeling of trying to share with others aviation, but in a safe way. And we want that Southern hospitality to show, and it does. And the feeling, the spirit, the culture of Sun and Fun is that way. Also, you don't see a piece of paper on the ground unless you pick it up. So there's no trash around here. That started 50 years ago.
And that is all thanks to our
You guys have built
volunteers.
a great legacy, Bill.
Yes.
Thank you for planting the seeds and paving the literal foundation of this place.
My pleasure.
Thank you. All right.
Bill, thanks again for joining us today. You know, every year, hundreds of Sun and Fun guests take advantage of a premium experience to enjoy the fly-in. It's called the 927 Club. This Amanda Holly stopped by for a tour and a chance to talk with the chairperson of the 927 Club. Let's take a look.
Take a look.
We are here in the 927 Club officially. First, for those who may not know what it is, explain to everyone at home what you can get here.
Okay, so the 927 Club is a VIP chalet that is open to the public. You just buy a ticket and come in. Unlike most chalets, you have to be a member of the organization that's sponsoring it. So this one, you just go online and buy tickets, and then you can come in and enjoy with us.
And tell me what there is to enjoy, because there's a lot.
There's a lot. So of course you can see we have this nice big chalet. It's hard-walled, so it's air-conditioned. We have glass wall facing the air show, so those that don't want to get out in the heat can enjoy the show from inside. We have air-conditioned restrooms. We have fancy chandeliers. We have Chef Marcos with Restaurant 1961 doing all of our catering. You can't go to that restaurant and get any better food than you get right here. They have a kitchen on site, which I'm sure you'll show some of that. But the main focus for this is our main fundraiser for the year for the ACE program. So every single solid penny that we raise goes to the education program. And I make a couple of announcements every day, and I was just telling my folks, y'all need to open up those wallets because I'm getting in them. I need your money for the children. So we have items at our little store for sale, and people just walk up and give me money, and I'm like, yes, money for the children.
That's really what it is all about,
That's what it's all about.
raising the money to get kids interested in aviation and here at Sun and Fun?
So right now, Sun and Fun has paid for 177 high school students to get their private pilot licenses. And we are extremely proud of that. And a lot of the first students that went through our program are now working as captains in major airlines. And they come back and volunteer. You know you're doing something right when the youth come back and want to volunteer with you after going through your program. That's when you know you're a winner.
Certainly a winner of just a program in general. You should know that 927 Club is sold out today and tomorrow. However, Sunday brunch tickets are available and you can purchase those at the gate. You heard Nancy talking about it. She is very excited for her Sunday brunch.
That Sunday brunch is legit. I'm telling you, if you have not taken advantage of that, you need to.
Definitely. All right, next up, we're going to tour some warbirds and visit with some of the performers who fly them and the staff who maintain those aircraft when we return on Sun and Fun Live today.
I grew up in Nassau, and it's where I found my roots. So it's got a special place in my heart. The thundering pulse of its junkanoo music inspires dancing in the streets, larger-than-life pageantry, and celebrations week on end. It's more than our capital. It's the heart and soul of our nation. The islands of the Bahamas. Fly away.
I love aircraft, and so I love working on airplanes, and I love being around airplanes.
I got that bug at an early age.
There's no better feeling than watching that plane that you've worked on all day, put all this time and effort in, take off safely with all the people on board.
I've been with the company for 25 years, and in the last 12 months, we have seen this meteoric rise in the level of performance and achievement.
The goal of Piedmont is to provide a safe operation.
We all learn from each other. We're constantly revolutionizing what we do, giving our customers the best experience possible, and we're having a good time doing it.
My favorite part about working for Piedmont are the flight benefits. So I always tell people how awesome it is to be able to fly wherever you want to go for free.
I could not beat basically this offer to work here. It definitely is a great place to start.
I don't see myself anywhere else, and I have a home here.
Welcome back and thank you for sticking with us on Sun and Fun Live today. As we take another look outside, we're taking a look at the Ghost Squadron MiG-29. That is Jared Isaacman's jet there that he flies in the show. So you can actually see that if you stick around later today, tomorrow. They fly in the night show as well, which is really cool. So that's just one of the aircraft that you can see out on our ramps that you can go out and explore at Sun and Fun all weekend.
Do you think if I went out there, they would let me fly that airplane?
I mean, you could probably ask, right?
We should go out after this and see if there's nobody in front of it. I think maybe we can we'll hop in.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
We'll try it out if nobody stops us. All right, remember to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, use the hashtag SNF24 to spread the word about these channels, and of course, subscribe as well. Now, a big draw every year at Sun and Fun is the Warbirds. From World War II era aircraft to modern fighters, we all love these aircraft. Correspondent Nicholas Iannotti and aviatrix Alyssa discovered history and unique stories on the Sun and Fun Warbird ramp. Take a look.
This is Nicholas Iannotti with Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo TV. You know, one of the biggest draws to any air show, including Sun and Fun, is always the Warbirds. So come along with us and my partner Alyssa. We're going to check out the people that actually keep these birds flying so that all of us can enjoy them.
I'm here with Wes, who flies the Dauntless for the Commemorative Air Force, and you have to hear this guy's story. So please tell us about the Dauntless.
Well, it's one of three that still flies of all the thousands that were built. It's based in Atlanta, Air Base, Georgia, and I guess I've been flying it about 5 or 6 years.
So for those who don't know much about the Dauntless, tell us what is so special and unique about the Dauntless, because you don't see, not only do not a lot of the Dauntless exist, but there are not a lot of Dauntless pilots. So can you explain to people who don't normally know a lot about the Dauntless why it's so difficult to fly that aircraft?
Well, the aircraft itself, it's a very historic airplane. It was the plane that was the mainstay of the Battle of Midway. They sank 4 Japanese carriers. All the Japanese carriers in the battle were sunk by Dauntlesses. It started the war and ended the war. They flew it throughout.
Hey, we're here with Brad. Brad's an AMP here on the Warbirds, and we're always talking about people that actually keep the birds flying so that all of us can enjoy them. And you're actually that guy, right?
I am one of the ones out here doing it, yes.
How long have you been working on Warbirds?
Off and on since I was 11 years old.
Oh, wow. So do you work on anything else other than Warbirds?
No, fortunately, I've never actually worked on a civilian airplane of any kind. And I don't want to. I've only worked on Warbirds. I've been fortunate in that respect.
Wow, that is awesome. So can I tell you, what's probably the most likely repair that you're doing most of the time?
Just annual inspections. You know, we don't really tear things up. Some stuff just wears out, like exhaust crack and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just one constant inspection after another, because you can never be safe enough. And if you find something before it breaks, you can fix it before you're stuck somewhere having to fix it. You know, so it's just constantly looking the airplanes over, trying to find something that'll bite you before you get bit.
P-51 gunfighter is probably one of the most famous ones in the U.S. and the world. We've been flying rides and been air shows for 40 years for the Commemorative Air Force. Wow. The airplane is a wonderful airplane, just as from flying qualities, but the amazing thing is the people that we get to meet. I've given over 750 rides in the airplane. Every person is different. Everybody has a story to tell about what an amazing airplane and the connection that they have with the airplane.
Can you talk about how difficult and why it's so difficult to fly a Corsair? Because not everybody flies one.
Well, go all the way back. Dad bought a project back in 1981, so it took us 10 years to build it. Got it built in 91. First time it was on the air show circuit was 92. The first time I flew it was like 93, 94. We bought it in a, bucket of parts, if you will. Okay. My dad did the research and found out it was on the USS Boxer, Valley Forge, and the Oriskany aircraft carriers. Then we found 8 pilots that actually flew our aircraft in combat, and we actually rebuilt the aircraft with these guys. They were so excited because this was the actual aircraft they flew in combat. And to this day, I'm still friends with the family, the grandkids, the great-grandkids, and this is what great-grandpa flew, and it's amazing. So it actually has combat history. Over 200 combat missions in Korea.
We're down at the Warbird section, as then you can see it takes an orchestra of people to maintain these aircraft. So come on down to Sun and Fun. This is Aviatrix Alyssa with Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo TV.
You can see all of those aircraft out on the ramp today. Everything is out there. A lot of activity going on already this morning. We've been here since 5 a.m. doing some live hits.
We started early this morning. It was dark. We got to watch the sun come up.
Yep. Something's taking off right now.
That sounds jet propelled.
Yep. So what do we have going on for the rest of the day?
So much.
Yeah.
Friday, especially as we go into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it just ramps up. It's like an EKG. It's a peak. Today is going to be a great day here at Sun and Fun. I think one of my favorite things every year is when our jet teams come, the Thunderbirds, Blue Angels, they do a youth symposium on Friday morning. So that's today at 10:30 at the hangar. That's a new facility for us this year, right behind Prop 75 and Hangar A in the core area. It's not just for youth, but it's an opportunity for young people to go, and actually it's a Q&A. So you can ask all the questions. How do I become a Thunderbird one day, or whatever your questions are? How did you get into this? And they actually really enjoy interfacing with the public. Generally when you see the Thunderbirds or the Blue Angels at an air show, not you because you flew with the Blue Angels, but when you see them at an air show, they look so far away, right?
Yeah, well, they look prim and proper. They're in their uniforms. They're doing their thing.
But they really love the opportunity to share their love of aviation. Yeah. They love airplanes just as much as you do, and they love being able to share that with people. So check that out for sure. Obviously, of course, the Daily Air Show from 1 to 5. and then the Sunset Aerial Circus tonight, 7, over in Paradise City.
Yeah.
So just some of the coolest stuff, that you don't get to see at what I would consider normal air shows. This is really unique flying, powered paramotor stuff, drones. It's fun. It's just fun. It's in the name.
It's a community. It really is. And there's other things to do before that air show kicks off at 1. Of course, there will be a lot of anticipation for that because of yesterday's canceled air show. Check out the Future in Flight Plaza. I was out there this morning checking out some of the things that the kiddos will get to do today. Lots of high schoolers coming out there today. We
have almost 1,000 kids coming for field trips today.
It's amazing.
Not just the kids coming into the gate, but coming on a school bus, taking a day off of school.
And they get to do hands-on activities out here. They get a little prize when they check off some boxes. It's really cool. So make sure you come out and check out that. But one last look at the weather for Sun and Fun Day 4 today. Looks really good. The rest of the weekend, folks, is going to be really, really nice. I would suggest bringing back out that sunscreen because we are going to have full sunshine for the rest of today and the weekend. It's going to be a little muggier starting on Sunday, but cool morning, so you'll need a little bit of a light coat, but otherwise couldn't ask for anything better. A little bit of a bump in the road yesterday, but that is cleared out at
But
this
it's going to make the weekend gorgeous.
It sure is.
Thanks, Amanda. That's another quick half hour. I can't believe how fast these things go.
They really do.
Thanks all of you for joining us today.
And we are going to be back tomorrow morning with Sun and Fun live today every morning through Sunday. We got 2 more after this one to go. We're going to be here with the latest information, those special guests, of course, and inside info for you for your Sun and Fun Aviation Expo experience. Join us at 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow for Sun and Fun live today. Until then, thanks for watching and enjoy the show.